I just wanted to show you some cookies that I'm making. I just made these cookies right here. These are nut butter, they're almond nut butter, chocolate chip cookies, and so I wanted to tell you a little bit about them. So welcome, my name is Lucy Hutchings, I'm a registered dietitian. I was just checking out this book. It is called Sweet Gains. I interviewed the author of this book on my podcast that just came out this past week called Satisfy Your Sweet Tooth and Stay on a Healthy Path. Check it out on any platform, any podcast platform you listen to, whether it's iTunes or iHeartRadio or Spotify. You can find the Healthy Mama podcast and check out the latest episode. So it's all about how to eat these treats and still stay on a healthy path. So if you are trying to lose weight, you're trying to reduce inflammation, you're trying to improve your skin or your gut health, then you might want to check this out, because we talked a lot about how we can still have treats but stay on a healthy path and stay on a path that leads us still to our goals. Now, I want to show you these cookies because there were only 3 ingredients in these. So I just took them out a little bit ago. They're cooled, and they hold up as cookies. All I did was mixed maple syrup, almond nut butter, and chocolate chips. So here's the ingredients. I have some maple syrup, that is just pure maple syrup. I have some almond nut butter. Make sure when you check your almond nut butter, you make sure that there's nothing in the ingredient list except for almond nut butter, and there's no additional oils, and there's no sugar. And you can use any nut butter for these cookies. And then I added these dark chocolate chips to them. And these are a Joy Life brand, and they're the dark chocolate chip kind. They have other varieties. So I'm gonna just try one. I tried one earlier, but it was still really warm, so it really fell apart. And I think that as it cools, it's gonna stay together better. It is chocolatey, it is nut buttery. I did almond nut butter, but you could definitely do peanut butter or cashew nut butter, or whatever nut butter you would like. So they're really good, they're delicious, and they're a healthy treat. One of the things that we talked about on this episode that I do highly recommend you go check out, we talked about the fact that to stay on a healthy path, to work on your health goals, to lose that weight, to lose the belly fat, to get rid of the inflammation, it's really hard to do that if you give everything up, if you deprive yourself, if you say, I'm not going to have any sugar, I'm not going to have any treats. And I know we just ended the holidays, right? Actually, we still have New Year's to get through. And I think it's really important to not feel deprived. To make this path, this journey sustainable, we've got to find ways where we can satisfy that sugar craving, satisfy that sweet tooth, but have it in a healthy way. And so one of the things that Allie talks about on the podcast is really thinking about the ingredients that you're using. So when you buy a packaged product, turn it over, check out the ingredient list, and see if it's things that you would normally use in your kitchen. Or does the ingredient list have a lot of other added ingredients like colors and flavorings and artificial sugars, or even white sugar, or a lot of processed ingredients? Because you can easily make these things at home with very few ingredients, and that will allow you to avoid those inflammatory foods like white sugar, like artificial ingredients, and it doesn't take up a lot of time, and then you can have these treats and not feel deprived. So that's what I love about this. When we make things from scratch, when we make these types of things at home, first of all, these did not take long. It's 3 ingredients. I just had to mix them together and pop them in the oven. You also get more fiber, more nutrients, more vitamins, minerals, more nourishment than if you bought it at the store. The other cool thing about making it yourself and using these types of recipes that are higher in protein, higher in fiber, higher in fat, is that, and it's the healthy fat because it's the kind of fat that you want, is that you don't feel as hungry. You don't have the sugar cravings because your blood sugar is not going to be as spiked. And so you're not going to have that crash where your body is then demanding more sugar. You're going to feel a lot more satisfied. And these cookies are something that your kids are going to like too. So this book is full of all kinds of recipes that are like this, that are really easy, that still have fiber, protein, and healthy fats in them so that you're more satisfied, so that the kids are satisfied, and they're still really easy and delicious. But the podcast episode is more than just the book. It is all about how we nourish our bodies and how we take care of ourselves, and the fact that we still have to do nice, wonderful things for ourselves in order to stay on this path. And I think that having these healthy treats is a way of honoring your body. It's a way of honoring you and your journey. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you check that episode out. It was so much fun to record this with Allie, and it was so much fun to get her book and to go through it. And I am not affiliated with the book at all, so I don't get any profit from this, but she's a fellow registered dietitian that I think has a lot of great value and tips that she puts into this book that I just think is a wonderful thing to share. So check out the episode, check out the book, try some of the recipes, and then let me know if you make any of these. So I want you to just comment in the comments if you need the link to the episode. You can find it anywhere you check out podcasts, and it's the Healthy Mama Podcast. It's the latest episode. And if you make any of these, then let me know in the comments as well. Okay, have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful New Year's. I hope you're going to celebrate and get ready for a fresh start now that New Year's is just 2 days away. Bye-bye.